Hey everyone. Once again, welcome to Business English. My name is Catherine Carpenter and I'm one of the instructors for this course. So today I want to talk a little bit about academic integrity. So what is academic integrity? Academic integrity refers to the requirement to be honest and truthful in all of your college dwellings and relationships, activities, and commitments. And from these fundamental values of honesty and truth flow consistent ethical behavior when engaged in academic work or any other academic activity. Now that's super fancy sounding and it comes directly from the Red River College policy on academic integrity. And it's really important to understand what those things mean, what the concepts mean as a student. As a student, you're going to be developing several documents and reports and works that reflect your ability to understand the assignment requirements and your ability to deliver high quality work. And so we want to do really well. Everyone wants to do really well, and it can be tempting to look to other people who have already done things and have done them well to use those as a means to demonstrate that we are also able to do the things well. Now, as you can imagine, let's say you were working in the field of medicine, you can't use someone else's surgery to demonstrate the fact that you can also do surgery. So academic integrity is really important because it's part of the whole process and sort of rationale behind why we have schools in the first place. The whole point is to learn. The whole point is to develop networks and connections, learn the content, the material, the skills, the abilities, and then demonstrate the ability to have that you have them, essentially. And so there's lots of reasons why we need to actually do our own work. Now, are there times where we actually do use other people's work? Well, yes, absolutely. But when we do, we make sure that we cite those things properly. We give credit where credit is due. Let's say you're doing a research report, and so you actually need to research other people's work to then support whatever your argument is, whatever your position is, your thesis is. You have to use research from other people to support what you've put together, and that's a good thing. But the key is to not say that you did that research, that work per se, like those studies, if it was done by other people, but to give credit to those who did. It's really important, and it's very important with Canadian colleges and very much here at Red River. So I know it can be tempting, and I know when there's lots of constraints on you, and things are coming down to the crunch and the time, and you see that someone else has worded something really well that conveys what you yourself are trying to convey. But the reality is you need to word it yourself, and if you use someone else's work, then you have to cite it. You have to give credit to those whose resources you are using, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's a great thing. It's great to be able to find resources from others who have done things well and give credit to those people for supporting the points that you're making. And so that's the other thing. Because this is a postgraduate program, we're usually not just asking you to research what's been done elsewhere. But what you need to do is research what's been done elsewhere, but then formulate your own opinions, formulate your own interpretations, definitions, like designs, ideas, concepts. All of these things have to be able to bring these different factors together that you're able to research and find, that you've cited properly, and then formulate your own interpretation. So it's a lot to kind of pull together, and it's really important to make sure you do well. The reality is, if you end up using someone else's work, which is oftentimes known as plagiarism, you'll get in big trouble, and you may end up being asked to leave the college. So plagiarism, just to be really clear about it, is plagiarism is copying and borrowing someone else's work and creations. And this is partially correct because copying and borrowing mitigate the intensity of the crime. Plagiarism is a big deal. If you claim and steal or pass off ideas or words from someone else as your own, it's essentially literary theft. And so it's held in, by the college as quite a big deal. It's quite important. You'll likely get a 0 on the assignment, and if you do it more than once, then it will be escalated to the college to decide whether or not you're able to stay. So it's really important to understand your role and your responsibility in academic integrity. If you have any questions at all about what you're doing, to make sure that you're not plagiarizing, but that you're citing things properly when you're researching and bringing in work from other people, please reach out to your instructors. We're here to make sure that these things are done properly, and we know that this is all part of the Canadian learning experience. It's not just about learning the content or learning the skills, but it's also learning about the values of making sure that we attribute the credit to where it's due from other people that came before us and support what we're able to pull together at the time that we have this kind of learning experience. That's important here. And so, so hopefully this makes sense. If you have any questions, again, about anything to do with academic integrity, please reach out to your instructors. We are here to help and here to answer questions. And I hope this helps in terms of making it clear what's expected of you from an academic integrity perspective. And I look forward to supporting your learning here.